Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Alex. In today's video, I want to share with you a really cool trick you can use when you're trading to come out with more profits consistently. And that being said, I also want to show you the top 3 trades that we took today that were highly profitable, guys. It was a phenomenal day for us trading in the club. And lastly, I want to go over the market and why we are at such a pivotal moment and what you need to be looking out for. So I'm not going to waste any of your time in this video. Let's go ahead and just get started. So like I said, the first point I wanted to show you in this video was a cool trick that is going to help you trade more profitably. Now this begins with this message I sent here to our WhatsApp group, and you can read it right here. It says, Twilio is extremely high probability short, but strong level right now below us 307, 309. That being said, Twilio average intraday DTR 17.5, and that's where the magic happens. Okay, so if you're confused, what is so magical about this little text you sent, Alex? I'm about to explain what is so great about this text right here. Okay, so when you see Twilio average intraday DTR, you need to first understand what is DTR. It's the daily trading range, which measures the high of day to the low of day. That's the range, right? So that's a daily trading range. Now, why is this important? Because this gives you a good measurement and gauge of how much a stock moves. So if you can understand how much a stock moves, you can trade it more consistently and more profitably by understanding the range, right? For example, if something trades at $50 to $60 and you know every time it gets to $60 it drops, and every time it goes to $50 it goes higher, you understand it's a 10-point range and it trades within that range. So same thing with this DTR. When it says 17.5, you have now established a range and a zone that you know a stock is usually going to be trading within. Now, is that going to be exact and completely 100% accurate every single time? No, because you can't simply calculate things in the market to a T like that, right? Nobody can control the market and nobody can control a range, but it is a very helpful tool. And so let me actually break it down and how to use it. Okay, so when we say a Twilio is extremely high probability short, what does that mean? It means we want to short it as opposed to going long of it. Going long means buying calls, buying shares in expectations that it's going to rise. Okay, so when you're shorting a stock, you want it to go lower. In this case, we're shorting Twilio because we know we have a very good chance of winning if we do so. So when we're shorting Twilio, we don't want to short it here. Why? Because it's already dropped so many points. You can see from the open, it's already down 8 points. So when you short something as it's already dropping, you put yourself at a very disadvantageous position. Now, the truth is 99% of traders short things when they're already going down, and that's why 90% of traders don't do very well, okay? You got to train yourself to short things when they're green, when they're going up, okay? If you can change that little tip right there, it's going to completely change the way you trade, okay? Now, that being said, with this message, right, intraday DTR 17.5, how do you use that? And once again, what is so special about that? Well, this is a calculation and a measure of the range. So when you actually see Twilio is dropping to 302 right here, and guess what a bunch of newbie traders out there are doing? They're buying puts. They're saying, oh my God, Twilio is going to drop, sell the news, right? So they buy puts down here, and then they're losing a bunch of money when it bounces, right? Well, this is how you stay calculated and measured and precise through a trade like this when a lot of people are going to FOMO in. You have a calculation, you have a DTR, right, which is a range that you can use to your advantage. So when it goes from 302 up to 319.5, guess what that is? It's a 17.67 point move. Now, what is the DTR? It's 17.5. So we know right now we just hit the daily trading range within 30 minutes. Okay, so that's the expected move for the entire day. Okay, so when you hit the expected move for the entire day in just 30 minutes, it's a very unsustainable rate of change, and it's highly unlikely to sustain that trajectory, right? And that makes sense, right? Because if Twilio was going to continue going higher at this rate, you would see it at $400 a share, $450 a share by the end of the day, right? It would continue going up and up and up in a straight line, right? But things can't go up in a straight line. So this is where you use these math, little calculations like the DTR to understand the rate of change and bend that to your advantage, okay? And so when we see the DTR is met in such a short period of time, once again, that DTR is 17.5. So when you get a 17.5 move, within the first 30 minutes of the session, you know it's an unsustainable move. So you want to short it here, and because this is when your probabilities are the highest. But guess what? What a bunch of newbies are doing. They're buying calls right now because guess what they're thinking? Oh my God, I was wrong. It's not a short. They're not selling the news. They're going to buy the dip. So now they start buying calls and then it reverses on them, right? And so this is where you see a lot of guys always say, oh, every time I buy calls, the market drops. Every time I buy puts, everything skyrockets. It's because they're so busy buying puts when everything's already dropping, and they're busy buying calls when everything's going up. If you do that, you're simply trading at a huge disadvantage. So when we meet this calculation of 17.5, that's exactly when we know this is the time to short it, and that's exactly what we did, and that's how we came away with 250% plus in profits on this trade. So beautiful move, completely measured and calculated by that average intraday DTR, which I show you how to calculate in other videos. So that being said, the second point I wanted to capture in this video was the top 3 trades that we took today. Now, as you can see on the message here on the screen, number 1 trade for the day was PayPal puts. Now, this was a phenomenal trade. It was a 300% return within literally just the first 30 minutes of the session. Now, one of our members, Martin, actually took the time out of his day to record his perspective of the trade. So it's only 40 seconds long. I'm actually going to play this here. He made $4,400 on this trade at a 280% return. Let me just shut up and show you what he has to say.
What's going on, guys? Martin here. Shout out to Alex for another awesome day trading with the Crash Trading Club. This morning, I got a notification on our WhatsApp group. I took the top trade, which was PayPal puts. So we bought puts at the open and the bounce and collected profits right past this zone and support level that I drew up. Beautiful trade. It was done in 30 minutes. I came up to 250% in gains, which is $4,400 for me. Honestly, can't complain. And if you want more trade ideas just like this one, make sure to take the Crash Trading course and join the Crash Trading Club, and let's all make money together, guys. Peace.
So that was Martin's perspective of this trade. You can see we have the exact same chart pulled up. You can see I've got like a different color chart, but the trade is the exact same. So it doesn't matter who you are, where you are, it's still the same trade. You just gotta have to understand the plan, right? And so the plan was very simple. PayPal puts, meaning we're shorting it. If it bounces, we short it again and it drops. So when you get a 10-point drop, that's what produces that 280, 300% return. Now, Martin's one of our special students actually. And within his first 3 weeks of joining the club, he took about 8,000 into 30,000. He actually has a video up on this channel. I'll actually, maybe if you're interested, let me know in the comments. I'll link that video. I'll find it where he took like 8,000 into 25,000. It's somewhere on the channel. Okay, so Martin is very gifted. Not everyone is as good as him, and he absolutely nailed it. Why? Because he understood when to exit, okay? He got out at the perfect time based on the ATR. So you can see here, PayPal dropped from 255 down to 245. Now, if we actually take a look here at the chart, you're going to see here that the ATR, which is the average true range, it's a little bit different from the DTR. I've explained it in previous videos. I can explain it later, but let's just talk about this trade here, is 8.7, okay? So when the stock drops 10 points, well, that's already exceeded the average range, right? So it's a little bit past the average range. So that's how you know that this is likely a good time to start collecting profits. On top of that, I sent out a message to the group, hey guys, it's up 300%. There's no need to be greedy. This is a great time to start collecting profits. So Martin collects profits on all of that, comes out with 4,400. And the beauty in this, guys, is you have to realize a 280% return means he only risked $1,600 to make a $4,400. Now, a lot of guys are putting $50,000 into a trade, and they're still not making as much as Martin, guys. So it just goes to show you, you don't need a crazy amount to make a good amount. Does that make sense, right? Martin used just $1,600. He made $4,400. That's a phenomenal trade. Now, second trade of the day was mRNA puts, which I'm going to fully admit was a horrible trade. You can see we wanted to short mRNA, and what did it do? It ended up recovering, so we had to cut the loss here on mRNA. Now, the reason we wanted to short mRNA is you have to understand that when something gaps down to this magnitude, you can see this was a 13% gap down. Okay, in 90% of cases, when a stock gaps down this significantly, it is not going to recover. Now, we have an inside name for this in the Crash Trading Club. We call this a shoe carnival, and the reason it gets that name is because shoe carnival, it gapped down one time like 20%, and then recovered a 20% gap. So this is really similar in the sense that it gapped down 12% and then recovered over, 12%, right? So that's what we call a shoe carnival, is when you recover a highly improbable gap fill, and that's exactly what happens. So we just cut the loss, guys, and this is the key when you're trading. Cut the losers, okay, but let your winners run. In this case, the reason we were able to cut mRNA is because PayPal was actually going exactly according to plan and dumping off quickly, right? So when you see PayPal is doing phenomenal, and then you see Twilio is doing phenomenal, then why hold your one loser, right? You've got two phenomenal winners that are making you over 250%. So what is, a little bit of mRNA burning your pocket, at 50% or 40% loss doing to you? It's not doing much, right? Because you're making 250% on Twilio, you're making 300% on PayPal. So if you're losing 50% on mRNA, you're fine. So those were our top 3 trades for the day: PayPal, mRNA, and Twilio. Obviously, mRNA was the one bad trade there. Now, a fourth and extra bonus trade I threw in there in the chat today was SPY puts. I sent out this message. It's dropping, it's dropping, it's dropping. We're up 60%, which is not anything crazy, but it's, it's decent. And then, boom, bounces. We see acceleration and buy volume coming in on the break of this little trend line. Ends up breaking out, so we actually got out for about a 40% profit here. So solid trade there as well. Nothing crazy, nothing I'm going to brag about, but those were our 4 trades in the Crash Trading Club today. So now, guys, just in case you haven't screenshotted our earnings table, I want to go over some of the earnings that reported after hours here. So we had STMP Stamps with a major gap down of about, how many percent is this? This is about a 10% gap down in STMP so far. Now in ROKU, we're having a major gap up, guys. This thing has been selling off horribly. It's up almost 13% pre-market. I am looking forward to trading this one tomorrow, guys. Oh my goodness. Now third, a stock that just reported earnings, Square Payments. Okay, they're now gapping up over 5% in the after hours. We've got Carvana, obviously used cars, and so far silent price action from them. No real movement here in Carvana. Let's check out EXPE. You can actually see they're gapping up quite a bit. Okay, up about 4.9%. Okay. Next thing we're going to look at is Peloton. Now, obviously, they just sold off hugely after their treadmill issue and recall. That being said, you can see Peloton is up about 6.9%. That's a lucky number, isn't it? And then we've got BYND gapping down over 10 points, I believe, last time I checked. Yep, that's down about 6.6%. So these are some major moves, guys. This market is moving. So these are the stocks you want to be focusing on if you're going to be trading tomorrow, okay? Because these guys, they're already moving, and they're going to continue moving. That being said, you've got DraftKings, Adidas, and Nikola all reporting earnings tomorrow morning as well, but these aren't necessarily the best stocks to trade with options. That's why we have these in purple and we have these in different colors, right? The purple is the most important and the most profitable trades. So whatever you do, guys, don't hit snooze on that alarm clock, because I promise you, you don't want to miss tomorrow. It's going to be awesome. So that being said, if you made it to the end of this video, I've got some really exciting news for you, because chances are if you made it to the end of this video, you're a serious trader and you're either already trading with us or you want to trade with us. And so that being said, guys, this is huge. I'm not sure if you guys have checked out our site. Okay, now if you've been following us for some time, you've probably wanted to join our coaching program. You know that the minimum account size to join has always been 60,000. I wouldn't work with anyone unless you had 60,000. But now we're actually accepting guys. Okay, and here's the good news is you can actually trade live with me with just $5,000 account size. But here's the bad news is we're only accepting 3 people into the Bull Shark coaching program. But that being said, guys, this is really exciting stuff, because I know a lot of you have really wanted to get direct coaching, but you haven't had that $60,000 account size, minimum balance that we required before. So I'm excited to be able to work with some of you guys and build you up, from 5,000 to 100,000 with some time, right? So really exciting stuff, guys. I'm looking forward to working with some of you guys with the smaller account who have wanted to join. You just haven't got there yet. Well, we're able to do it now. So let's rock and roll, guys. It's going to be a phenomenal day tomorrow, and I'm ready to rock and roll. So we're going to make it another great day. We're going to make it another great week, and we're going to make it another great month here in May, guys. My name is Alex. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to drop a like on it. Make sure you subscribe with the notification bell on so you don't miss the next video. Now, final thing actually I want to ask you is let me know, give me some feedback if you made it all the way to the end. Do you like these market recap videos where we go over the top trades and break down these little intricate details that really add up to make a huge difference in your trading? So just let me know what you think down below. And if you also have any other video topics or ideas and suggestions to make, let me know down below as well, and we can definitely work on that. All right, so thanks so much for watching, guys. That is it for Thursday, May the 6th, 2021. We got plenty of big things coming up, so make sure you're ready. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.